What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Couch Convos. Thank y'all so much for watching and tapping in with me. I love these conversations, and of course, y'all know this stuff that we be talking about is just so near and dear to my heart. So for y'all to keep watching these just means so much to me. Um, I did want to tell y'all, like, I don't want this to feel like a sad podcast because that's not my intention at all. Like, I don't know why I was led to say that, but like, this podcast is really for me to share my testimony and share my stories about real life situations that's happening to me to hopefully motivate other people to get out there and be the best version of yourself as I'm on the journey to becoming the best version of myself. So yes, with that being said, let's get into it. Today, I kind of want to piggyback on a topic that I spoke about last week, which was imposter syndrome. But this week, I kind of want to talk about sort of something that kind of goes with that topic, which is believing in yourself. I feel like that's a term that we all heard growing up. Like, the people used to come to my school and they would do these motivational speeches when we were kids, and they would talk about believing in yourself and believe in yourself and never give up and all of these kinds of things. And it's almost as if you hear it as a kid and you like, okay, yeah, that sound good. Even growing up, when you grown, you hear it and you like, believe in myself. Yeah, for sure. Like, that sound good, but it sounds good in theory, but in reality, it's really kind of like, what does that mean? What does it mean for me to believe in myself? You know what I mean? And I want to talk about that. And it's really something that's been on my heart for the past couple of weeks. I feel like God has been showing me how to believe in myself, which is really, for me, is believing in and trusting in Him. Because I feel like belief and trust go hand in hand. It's kind of what I picked up when I started doing research. So I want to read the definition of both belief and trust, and then we can get into the rest of the tea today. So the definition of trust, let me do the definition of belief first. The definition of belief is an acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists. That's belief. So the definition of trust is firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. So I thought it was interesting that belief was in the definition for trust. And it just was so interesting to me because I really feel like belief and trust go hand in hand. And the more I was praying about it and the more I was looking at this definition, I'm like, you really can't have one without the other. And then I realized I don't really believe in the term believe in yourself. I found out that I don't believe in that because I've tried to believe in myself and it didn't work because I'm flawed. I'm a flawed human. So there's no way I can have belief and trust in myself because I have let myself down plenty of times. And me with my own strength, I can't. I just can't. Like, I'll never be there. I need God. So it's just like, I have to believe and trust in God. And that's where I feel like good success comes from. And I really thought back on all the times that I didn't believe in myself and I doubted myself. And of course, you guys know, if you watched the last episode with the whole imposter syndrome and me working on American Idol and me doubting myself during that period of time, that I wasn't good enough and that I don't know how I got that job and all of these other things. Like, that was an example of me really not believing in myself or believing in the God in me, I should say. But it's so many other times. And one of the times that really stick out to me is boss mentality sales was like really up and down for years. I don't know if you guys know, but I recently temporarily paused the business so that I could focus on myself and I could focus on building the foundation of the business and just getting everything together. But before I did that, I feel like the sales was really, really up and down. Like I would have a really good week, and then I'll have a week where I wouldn't get any sales. And the weeks that I wouldn't get any sales, it just made me like really doubt myself and really feel like, well, is it me? Am I doing something wrong? Like maybe the product ain't as great as I think it is. Like maybe boss mentality is just something that I think is a good thing and I think is an asset to the community, but maybe it's just not. And like when the sales would be up and down like that, it was almost like I started to not believe that I was as great as I thought I was. But then when the sales was up, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is what it's supposed to be doing. Like, you know, this is it. And then that's when I realized like I have to have my faith and my confidence and my beliefs and my trust rooted in something that's bigger than me. Because if I put the belief and the trust in myself and I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do and I'm not getting no sales, now what? You get what I'm saying? It was just like, because I thought that it was me that had all of this talent and this skill and this charisma that made people want to buy stuff. When they didn't buy stuff, I then questioned myself. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, I had to take a step back and realize, you know what? I don't believe in myself. I believe in the God-given talents, abilities, and skills that he put inside of me. And that's what I have hope and faith and trust and belief in, because that will never fail me. And it was just like I had to learn that by allowing myself to go on this emotional roller coaster every time my business wouldn't do good. So it's like God really had to deal with me. And it's funny because I feel like he had to pull me away from the business a little bit in order for me to get to that point to where I now have this like heightened sense of belief and trust in the gifts and the skills and talents that he put inside of me. And it's like, because I'm looking at it like that, I feel like I have an obligation to use my gifts and my talents and my abilities for him. And I don't know, it's just like I'm not so driven to see results now. It's like before, when I was believing in myself, I would just be like, results. Like I need to see results from the work that I'm putting in to validate me almost. Like if I get a lot of likes on a boss mentality post, like I know I'm doing the right thing kind of thing. It's like I will always seek this outside validation because I thought it was my own abilities and skills. But in reality, it's just like, it's not me, it's God. So I have to put my trust and my hope in him. And it's like now I have this diligence pattern that I'm developing because I'm really trusting and believing in God. It's like, I don't care if 5 people like it. Like with these videos, me releasing these YouTube videos and my Instagram posts, it's like I've been consistent for a little minute now. And it's almost like I don't even care if people like it. I don't care. I sometimes monitor the analytics and how many people share it and how many people save it. It's like I monitor that, but I don't really care about it. Like it doesn't affect my belief and my trust, because my belief and my trust is in the fact that I'm doing what God told me to do. So I have to just keep doing it whether I see results or not. And I want to show y'all something. Where's my phone? Oh, it's over there. Great. But anyways, I'm not going to get up and go get it. But basically, I've been consistent and I've been posting the videos. I've been giving the fashion content. I've been posting on YouTube. And randomly, one of my videos that I posted on Instagram just hit 20,000 plays today. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like 20,000 plays. And what's so crazy about that happening is that I really kind of don't care. Like, I don't want to say I'm not excited, because I feel like that's showing me that like I'm on to something, right? But at the same time, it's just like I got to keep going. Like, I don't have a desire to like get a big head over it, or, oh, I could stop working now, or like anything like that. It's just like God is unctioning me to keep going and to keep doing what I'm doing. And I feel like when the results come, it's just a testament of my diligence and my faith and my trust in Him. And I feel like I'm just in such a good place, and I'm in such a peaceful place because I don't have to put my trust in myself. I don't have to rely on myself. I don't have to, put these crazy expectations on myself. And I think that we just need to do more of that. You know what I mean? And I had to realize what was blocking my ability to believe and to trust the way I should. One of those things was I was comparing myself with people way too much. Like, comparison will block your belief system and will block your trust. And it did for me. It was some people on Instagram, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I had to unfollow them because I would look at them and be like, well, how come I'm not there? And how come I don't, like, I've been working for a long time, how come I don't have that? And it's just like, that's not what you need to be believing and trusting in. You gotta trust in what God put in you. And I feel like I really had to learn that lesson. And it really took for God to have to sit me down and pull me away from the business to really show me that, like, I put certain things in you for you to use for my glory. Like, you worried about all the wrong stuff. So I just really been working on that, and I really been just putting my belief and my trust in God. And I will say one of the other things is just spending time with Him. Like, me spending time with God and spending time with His Word, but also spending time using the gifts that He gave me also helps to grow and strengthen my belief and my trust as well, because it's hard for you to have that belief and that trust in the gifts that God put in you if you're not using them, and it's hard to believe that all the great things that He says about us if I don't read my word and I don't tap into like what He's saying about me. So I didn't want this podcast to be super long, and I usually don't share stuff that I'm currently going through and I'm currently learning, because usually if I share something on the podcast, it's like stuff that I've already kind of overcome and I'm talking about it from that aspect. But this is something that I'm learning to do daily in every aspect of my life, is to just believe and trust in who God says I am and what I'm called to do. And I just wanted to share because I feel myself getting stronger and stronger and stronger in this area. And I could look back even a year ago from now, and my emotions was just so up and down because I was just believing and trusting in all the wrong stuff. And that state just had me in bondage. And I just don't really wish that on nobody. And I just wanted to share my personal story and testimony because I want to be real about how I'm feeling and about what I'm going through. Because when you guys do see me really elevate and really take off with my brand and with everything that's going on, it's just like you'll know that I didn't always have it all figured out. Like, I've gone through stages and I've gone through moments where I didn't think I was that great, or I didn't believe that I was as talented as I am, or as skilled as I am, or anything like that. And I also want to share something somebody said to me today, and it's funny because this is what really sparked me wanting to talk about this, and it was just so crazy to me. So today, somebody was like, "What you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm editing a video." It was like a fashion video that I was editing or whatever. And they were like, "Oh, like you doing that? Oh, okay." And this person was like, well, how do I look? What my outfit? Like, what would you rate my outfit? I was like, you actually look pretty nice. Like, that's a really nice color on you. And then this person said to somebody else, like, see, the fashion expert over here said I look nice. And this other person was like, fashion expert? I need to see your degree. I was just like, Sweetie, listen. And it's so crazy because a year ago, that would have really like got under my skin. That would have really bothered me, and that would have really made me doubt myself even more. But I believe in the God-given gifts and talents and abilities that he's put inside of me so much that I don't care what anybody say. Like, I don't care what you say. You could say whatever you want to say. You could think whatever you want to think. But I know what God put inside of me to do. And I know the skills that he gave me, and I don't need anybody's validation. And I think that that's the mindset that I'm going to have to take with me as I elevate, because it's probably going to be more people discrediting me or saying, oh, I didn't go to fashion school, so I don't really know nothing about fashion. Or it's probably going to be more people saying stuff like that. And I have to be so rooted and so anchored that that type of stuff doesn't bother me. And I really feel myself moving more and more towards that every single day. And I'm just so grateful that God is like building that up in me, because I've needed it for a long time. And I finally feel like I'm walking with a different confidence now. But I have a different diligence pattern now because of that. So I just wanted to share that. I don't know who this is for, because I really didn't plan on talking about this topic. And I actually wanted to have a guest today. So maybe we'll have a guest next week. But yes, thank you guys again so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. I'm dropping these every single Wednesday. I haven't decided on the time yet, but just know Wednesday is when Couch Convos drops. And I'm also really, really, really close to having these Couch Convos available for just the audio podcast version. So be on the lookout for that. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you tap in with me on IG. It's Ahn-Jell. It's the same thing on Twitter as well. So thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.